After it quits working, all that stuff sinks back to the bottom and becomes clear on top. That's when you know that it's just done fermented all it's going to ferment and it's ready to be distilled, turned into moonshine. At that point, what you have is 300 gallons of still beer. You can actually drink it right out of that pot as beer. But if you want to get moonshine out of it, you got to extract as much of that alcohol out of that beer as you can. So that's when they would come in and bring the barrels and the pipes and everything in. This barrel here is an oak barrel. One end of it's been taken out. So it slides right down in the hole of that pot, just like you would a pressure cooker. They would seal these things off, and then they go ahead and put this called a steam pipe. It goes over to this big barrel here. It's called a thumper. The main purpose for that thumper keg is when you're cooking this, you don't want to boil it. You want to get it up to where it'll steam, but not boil. But back in the old days at night, most of this was done at night, and they used wood, and it was hard to regulate the heat. So they started adding that barrel on there in case they overheated this. Any of that raw material would get into steam. Once it went into that barrel, it would drop to the bottom. And then the clean steam would rise back up off of it and carry on through the pipe uncontaminated. As that steam comes through, it goes down into this called a worm. It's an old radiator that's been converted into a worm. What will happen is that steam will go down and get in those little tight flues in that thing. That cool water condenses it back to a liquid. And that's where the alcohol comes out at right here.